So I've been away for a couple of weeks. I've had a cold. You probably hear it. Still trying to fight it. The last tournament in Coventry, my first tournament ever. I came back with silver for kata. And that was really good. My first tournament I ever did. I think there was 14 people there in the group, and I didn't expect to come home with anything at all. So coming home with a silver is fantastic. I'm over the moon. I still don't particularly believe that it was me who did it. It's surreal. But yeah, it just goes to show that the practice, to get the reps in, all of that really does pay off. And I don't believe that I would have got as good as I did without the number of practice katas that I was doing in the morning, just getting those reps in. Next tournament is in June. Not sure if I'm going to go yet. It all depends on a number of factors. But as I said, man, it's getting those reps in. So from now to the next tournament, I'm going to see how many reps I can get in. And jeez, because you never know. Yeah, getting that silver was a big boost to my confidence, I think. But it's still one of those sort of things where when I try and remember it, I don't actually feel like I did it. It's almost like watching someone else do it, if that makes sense. But yeah, I just did first kata throughout the whole thing. And because of my belt grade being orange, I had to start with first kata, and I just stuck with that. I assume that I'm still going to be an orange belt in June. So I'm going to just work on first kata, second kata, a little bit of cipher, because that's what the grade belt is. And I don't want to be focusing too much on first and second kata if I'm grading beforehand. I don't even know if I am. But I also want to introduce some practice of kumite, because I came out the first round of kumite. I need to think about why that was. But kata, yes. So we'll start with first. Like I said, I haven't done this in about 3 weeks, so I'm a little rusty. So here we go. We're gonna turn to our opponent. We'll bow. We'll come in. And then I can't remember if we bow here or not. I don't think we do. We go into the ring and we bow, and I'm going to do first kata with come to high touch with medium pace, I think, not fully focused, just to get myself used to it again. So first kata, and then you bow again, go back into high touch. Okay, and you count to 3, 1, 2, 3. get yourself right in your head. And that needs to come down here. This needs to go into Hecate. Have a little look at where my feet are. That needs to be pointed that way. I think that's okay. Right, and then you look, come back, come down. And this again needs to be wider. Okay, and then, so I'm already slipping up into lots of bad mistakes. This is offline. We then come into online. Offline, online again is hips. Offline being here, online being there. You're offline when you're blocking, or most of the time. Online when you're punching. Okay, right. Then you look. So have a ABC, always be checking. So that needs to come over there. That's front leg's all right. We are offline. Okay. And then a punch. We're online. That seems to be okay. Okay. And then we've got another one. I'll just come back a little bit. And then another one. See, that's better. Right, now we need to do the big turn. So we're turning in that direction. Hand needs to come down, stomach level. We look, we bring that over there, and we are putting this elbow here, because as we turn, this is the parry, and we flick off of it. Now, I'm tight roping, so there we go. This is, and offline. So this is what happens when you don't practice for 3 weeks. Right, and then from here, go online and punch. Come back, there we go. All right, so my stances are a problem today. Right, and then we're turning back on ourselves. So if I'm gonna just move this here. So we look, we come over here. So this foot goes beyond that, and as we do, we're here. Tight roping again. Okay, and then we punch. And then we come over here. Tight roping again. Okay, I'm gonna have to work on that. And then it is the 3 punches. So go on online. Okay, that's a little better. And then from here we do another big turn. So we look. There we go. That's slightly better. Although I'm still, no, that is all right. That's got to be yeah, that's all right. Okay, and then punch. And then we look. And I'm too close to too close to the kitchen side. That comes down. We look, that goes across. There we go. And then finally, come online and punch. and we wait, come down, we wait, and then we look to the judges, and we come back, and we bow. So, stances are off, and my fist was too high. Another thing that I've seen myself do when I re-watch these videos, which has been super helpful by the way, is just re-watching yourself, because you start to pick up on critiques and stuff. It's not fluid like some of the turns that I do. I will, I'll give you an example, like this one. So I'm here, right? Here. And I want to go this way. So I'll come over here and I will do that. And then I'll wait. And then I'll do that. What I really should do is be a little bit more aggressive. So it's like, you know, the punch follows the block. You don't just go, oh, and then I'll wait, and then I'll... I was even doing that on the tournament, when I was re-watching the tournament video. I was making sure that the flick was in, but then I would wait for about, you know, it only takes like half a second for that delay, and then you go into the punch, where it should be, like from here, it should be, you know, I'll do it over here because it should be, and then after the punch you then have a little pause, and then you go into another block and a punch, and then you have another pause, and then you go into another block and a punch. The block and the punch have to be quick. Obviously the 3 punches has to be quick. Third punch you can have a little pause, then you do the big turn, then you do the punch, have a little pause, then you do a turn, do a block, and then a punch, have a little break. Say a little break, you know, half a second break, breathe. Whereas what I'm doing is I'm blocking, pausing, punching, pausing, blocking, pausing, punching, pausing, and it just kills the flow. Yeah, anyway, we'll do second kata now. I haven't done this in yonks. Right, so sort the gi out, turn around. Come in, bow, and say second kata, or takiona. I don't even know, I can't remember if it's knee down or show down. There we go. Okay, let's just get straight into it. So it is a look, and then here, and then it is a punch and a kick, and then turn. It is a punch and a kick, and a look, and then this time it is a kick and a punch, kick and a punch, and then it's the big turn, like that, and then it is a punch and a kick, and then it is a turn, again, it's kick, punch, kick, punch. And then it's another big turn. And then it's a punch, kick. There we go. Kicks. I think I'm going up and down. So when I'm punching and then I kick, you can see that, right? I come up. I come up, kick, and then come down. A bit over exaggerated that one, but I need to keep that bent so it's not as up and down. In fact, when I kick, I need to put more weight on the front. Keep that bent. Kick. Yeah. Rather than this. You know, it needs to be nice and low. I'll tell you what, let's just hands behind the back. Let's do that. Just trying to keep level. Or there's going to be a little bit of height change, but just not as dramatic as it was. So let's just hands behind back. There we go. I'll do the big turn. Better. Right, I'm going to try, when I watch this back, I'm going to be interested in my head, if it goes, bops up and down. So, there we go. Wow. Okay, I'll do, I think. Whew, I'll keep practicing.